The Secret Garden of Wishes. A young girl's journey through anxiety. In the small town of Willow Creek, where the sun peeked through the trees like a friendly neighbor, lived a little girl named Lily. With her big brown eyes and wild curls, she was a curious soul who often found herself lost in a world of books and daydreams. But beneath her vibrant imagination lay a secret that only she understood. Lily battled with anxiety. At school, while other children laughed and played, Lily felt a knot tighten in her stomach. She dreaded speaking in class, worried that her voice would tremble or that her words would tumble out in a jumbled mess. The thought of being judged or laughed at haunted her, like a shadow that never left her side. This fear often kept her from joining her friends at recess, forcing her to watch from the sidelines, her heart aching for connection. One afternoon, as she sat alone on a swing, her fingers tracing patterns in the dirt, she noticed a peculiar shimmer in the grass nearby. Drawn to it, she followed the glimmer and stumbled upon a hidden gate, entwined with vines and flowers, leading to a secret garden. The moment she pushed the gate open, a sense of calm enveloped her, as if the air itself had a soothing effect. The garden was unlike anything Lily had ever seen. It was filled with flowers of every color, each one radiating warmth and magic. In the center stood a magnificent tree with wide, welcoming branches. As she approached it, she heard a gentle voice whisper, "Welcome, Lily. This is a safe space for your dreams and fears." Surprised, she looked around, half expecting someone to emerge from the flowers. Instead, she saw shimmering butterflies dancing in the sunlight, their wings whispering secrets of bravery and resilience. Intrigued, she stepped closer to the tree, and its bark felt warm beneath her fingertips. The tree seemed to pulse with energy, as if it understood her struggles. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "I am the guardian of this garden," the tree responded, its voice like rustling leaves. "Here, you can share your worries and transform them into something beautiful. You hold the power to shape your fears into courage." Lily hesitated. "But how can I change how I feel? Sometimes it feels so big, like a storm I can't escape." "By facing the storm," the guardian replied. "Each flower here represents a fear, but also a wish. When you express your feelings, you give them a voice. This garden will help you see that fears can be managed." Determined to try, Lily picked a flower. Its petals were a soft blue, reflecting her anxious heart. Closing her eyes, she whispered her fear of speaking up in class. As she opened her eyes, she watched as the flower glowed brightly and then transformed into a stunning butterfly, fluttering away into the sky. "Now, release it," the guardian encouraged. "Let it soar." Lily felt a spark of hope ignite within her. With each flower she picked, she began to voice her fears, the fear of being judged, of failing, of feeling alone. Each fear transformed into a beautiful butterfly, lighting up the garden with color and joy. Days turned into weeks, and Lily returned to the garden whenever her anxiety threatened to overwhelm her. She learned to express her feelings, sharing them with the guardian and watching as they transformed into magnificent creatures, taking flight and filling her with a sense of empowerment. One day, after a particularly successful visit to the garden, she felt ready to face her biggest challenge yet, giving a presentation in front of her class. Gathering her courage, she practiced her speech with the butterflies swirling around her in her mind, reminding her of the strength she had discovered within. On the day of the presentation, as Lily stood in front of her classmates. The knot in her stomach tightened, but she closed her eyes, visualizing the garden and the butterflies, and took a deep breath. When she opened her eyes, she spoke confidently, sharing her thoughts and ideas. To her surprise, her classmates listened intently, and as she finished, they erupted in applause. In that moment, Lily felt a wave of relief wash over her. The storm inside her had calmed, replaced by the warmth of acceptance and the joy of connection. The guardian's words echoed in her mind. She had faced her fear and turned it into something beautiful. From that day forward, Lily carried the garden within her heart. She understood that while anxiety might still visit her from time to time, she now had the tools to cope. With each challenge she faced, she would remember the magic of her secret garden and the strength she had discovered there. And so, in the small town of Willow Creek, a little girl named Lily blossomed into a courageous young woman, learning that within her, she held the power to transform her fears into freedom, nurturing her dreams and embracing life with open arms.